Good evening, friends. I hope y'all are having a fantastic Wednesday. We are here for a Facebook Live, and this is a special Facebook Live once a month. So I'll wait till people hop on and we'll get started. I'm just curious what you had for dinner. I had an excellent recipe that I found from a friend on Facebook. We were just discussing what good recipes there are for feeding our families. And I took some chicken breasts, about 4, put them in the crock pot, dumped a bottle of paste pecani sauce and a package, hey Susie, and a package of taco seasoning. So 4 chicken breasts, paste pecani sauce, whatever kind you like. I like paste. And a package of taco seasoning in the crock pot on high for 4 hours if the chicken is frozen. Mine was thawed, and so I did it for 2 on high, and that was enough. Took my mixer when it was done, shredded it. It's delicious. So I'm just curious what you had for dinner. Let me know. I can't wait for Hope to eat it because she's going to love it. So, you guys know I come live every Wednesday, which I love to see you guys virtually. And this is something I started doing more in the pandemic. I do have a monthly card class at my house. So we had it here last night in the craft room. And you're welcome if you live in Central Arkansas to join me for that card class every month. It's typically the 4th Tuesday, but November and December are all crazy because of Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we had it yesterday, and the next one we're having live is the 14th. Potatoes in your Instapot. I probably need one of those. Pretty sure I do. And an air fryer. But anything that's potatoes is excellent. So I hope those turned out well. Let's see. Oh, card class. And so the next live card class will be December 14th at my craft room. And then the next online card class will be December 15th. I think that's right. As long as that's Tuesday and Wednesday, then we're good. And it will be here online. So the way that card class is different than my regular Facebook Live is what's good for you. So normally when I have a card class, everyone comes to my house. I do all the cutting and prep work ahead of time for everyone to make their cards. Simple. I have all the inks, all the paper cut, everything ready. Most of the time I've done the die cutting just because we want to have a good, relaxing time. And I just want that to be fun for everyone. So I do all the work. You show up, get some cards, and make them. And the class is free when you put in a minimum purchase. So that's how this Facebook Live is tonight. So, oh, I know, Susie, they are so much fun. I love card class. It's one of my favorite things of the month. So I'm bringing you my card class online. So the good news is if you put in an order that's $35 or more, then you will get the cards in the mail. So that's exciting. And if you spend $50, you'll get some free rose gold paper. We'll show you that in a minute. And then if you order $100 or more, you're going to get double the cards. Okay? So those are all the excitement about card class. But I just want to explain that because some people just think I'm on another Facebook Live. But this is a special one because we're going to make 3 different cards. And you can receive the make and takes to make these cards with a minimum order of $35. And that shipping is included. So I ship that right to you. But that's how the card class works. And I'm excited to see what you guys want. I know yesterday no one came in wanting this bundle, and 2 people purchased it at the class. Another person purchased this bundle, so I did my job, and I hope I do my job tonight and help you understand why you absolutely need these bundles in your life. All right, So let me flip my little camera over for card making goodness, and we'll get started. Let me turn this around. Where's the turn around button? Oh, there it is. I don't know why I couldn't find it. All right, so here's our our 3 cards that we're making. 1, 2, and actually we made 2 varieties of this one. We'll just make one of each tonight. And when you purchase the card class, when you make an order of $30 or more, $35 or more, then you're going to get all 3 of the make and takes in the mail. Woohoo, exciting. Okay, so let me get this squared away so you can see everything. I want to show you something exciting first, and that is Paper Pumpkin. Every month I am more and more excited about this. I think it's just because, especially in December, we get really busy. Let me know if you feel like you're a little bit busy already. Like December 1st is here today, and there's just something about December 1st that makes us panic, right? But y'all, we have 25 days. Chill. It's going to be okay. And you know what? You can do a lot of shopping online. You don't have to stress. All right. I'm just finishing up this little project to show you. So Paper Pumpkin is one of my favorite things. And the reason why I love it is because it takes the complexity out of crafting. And it makes the crafting a simple experience for you. First of all, Paper Pumpkin comes in the mail. So you don't even have to go get it. It comes in. So, number 1. Number 2, it's inexpensive. It's $22 a month. And number 3, everything you need is in the box, okay? So it's not like you have to go, oh, I gotta go get this, gotta go get that. I do recommend that you have a adhesive runner, which hopefully you've got one. We sell this one called Stampin' Seal. I like to have my own set of glue dots, which you probably have if you're watching this video, but if not, pick some of those up. There are glue dots in the kit, but they are a little bit maddening, in my opinion. Some people like them. All right, so, but every kit has little instructions and all the goodies to make some projects. Now, not this big ink pad. You get this cute little ink pad, which is perfect, but I like to save mine because I use them for other prizes for people. But a stamp set, all the goodies, all the things you need to make a project. So I'm going to show you real quick how to make this cute little pumpkin. I'm still on Thanksgiving. Snowman box. Now this kit was extra exciting because it actually comes with, and I've put it aside somewhere, a roll of tear and tape. It's right in front of me, literally right in front of me. So let me know if you've ever done Paper Pumpkin and if you liked it. I would love to know. So we are going to put a little bit of adhesive on these 4 little edges. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And what this kit makes is 9 cute little treat boxes. Now, I've already seen people use this kit to make scrapbook pages. I've seen them use this kit to make cards. So don't feel like you have to follow the rules. Now, I love to follow the rules because I like a simple crafting experience. Okay, I like to make something cute that is already decided, right? But some people just want to take the box and just morph it. That's fine too. So you can find so many projects with each kit. All right, so you're going to just take this, fold it up, where you've put that little tear and tape adhesive. You've got plenty to make these projects with a lot more to spare. And that's a great value because just a roll of tear and tape is $7. So right there, you're getting a good deal. All right, so you've got this little box, and it's super cute. Just the right size for our Mr. Snowman. This snowman is just like as cute as this. Hey, Cheryl, I'm so glad you're here. You found us. So we are going to put a little bit of this tear and tape on our box. And you want to put a couple just to get it good and ready. And I love using my Take Your Pick tool to peel off that tear and tape. You set this here, voila, okay? And then we'll do our stamping. So you've got each little kit. Your first kit will come with a cute little block. And I'm gonna choose this stamp that says, "Oh, what fun." And I'm gonna go ahead and use my Flirty Flamingo ink pad. You've got a Flirty Flamingo ink spot in here. Oh, what fun. Cool. And now we're going to use there's some little gold clips in here. Dig it out of the box. Oh, here it is. I had one right at the top there, a little gold clip. And we're going to clip that "Oh, what fun" right on here. Just like so. And then for fun, we can take a little of this. I love the ribbons in the paper pumpkin because they match our little situations. Cut that. And we're going to stick this cute little ribbon twine onto our clippy. And we have a cute little project, okay? See how simple that is? I don't think it could get any simpler. Super easy. And you've got also a little tree box holder. And then the other box holder is a stack of gifts, okay? So you've got all that. You'll make 9. And just grab a bag so the cello bags come in the kit. You've got 9 of these cello bags. And just put your little candy bag right there in the back. And what a cute little gift. Hey, Mitzi, good to see you. So another thing I make at Christmas is puppy chow. It's like the Chex with the powdered sugar. What do you make for Christmas? Like everybody has something they make. Most people, or they buy, but that's what I make. This would be really cute in here with a little bag. I think my neighbors will be getting a little extra special packaging this Christmas. So, paper pumpkin, $22 for the kits. It comes in the mail. I regret to say that I have no more of these kits to sell. I sold them all already. So because of that, you just need to go ahead and subscribe because you don't want to miss the next one. I have the little flyer. It's the cutest. It's called Lots of Pun. It's a paper pumpkin kit. It's going to have cards that have cute little punny sayings. Perfect to start off the new year with some all occasions cards. Okay, so definitely you can find the link to join Paper Pumpkin right in this post that on Facebook that you're watching. So make sure and do that tonight before you leave. You're going to want to do that. All right, now let us look at some other things real quick. Today at 4, I did a video walkthrough on Facebook. So right on this page, just scroll around till you find it, where I went through this whole catalog and showed you all the things that are retiring and all the things that are staying. Okay, so you want to catch that video because you don't want to have to read all this tiny, tiny print. Look how small that is. So, and then there are some things that are continuing. So I demystified it, and you can go through the walkthrough. But keep in mind, like if there was something that you want from this catalog, it ends January 3rd. Okay, and the dies and the ribbons are all while supplies last. Okay, so if it's gone, it's gone. The stamp sets are usually guaranteed for a certain amount of time, but you don't want to snooze on the dies and the embellishments that are on the last chance list. All right, now I'm going to put this in an email, the email that I send out with the PDFs from this class. You can print out your little wish list for Santa. You can, whoever your Santa is, you can tell them exactly what you want, item number. My contact information is here, and I'll get that ordered for you. If you're a happy shopper, then I'll turn around and let you know that you need to order this for yourself because that's what your Santa wants. Also, I can do just a straight gift certificate. So these I've got printed, and I can do that, and then they can choose exactly what they want. So you decide if that's something you're interested in for the holidays. Keep in mind, when you are on my email list, you will receive these PDF instructions for the projects, okay? So PDFs of all the projects, here's all the dimensions, the instructions, and then a little picture of everything that I use to make the projects. So you want to be on my email list. You can click in this, when we're done here, you can click in the post where we are right now, and there's a little link to join my email list. So don't leave without doing that as well. Very important. Okay, let's show our cards. So we're going to make this card using Merriest Moments. I believe that's what it's called. Yes. We have Strong of Heart. Hi, Carol. And we have a Christmas season card to make tonight. Can't wait. All right, let me grab a packet and we'll get started. Let me try to start here. Grab my packet, and also I need to get my embossing machine. We're going to need that. So here. All right. So let's start with the Merriest Moments card. All right. And I honestly have had this from the very beginning because I saw it in the catalog, and it was called a hybrid embossing folder, which it made me curious, so I ordered it, but then I was kind of scared of it, so I didn't use it. But every year when things start winding down, I decide, okay, go pull everything you haven't used and use it. I hope you do that too. That's my challenge to you, is to use everything you haven't used yet. But it's really unique. We have an embossing folder that you emboss with, but then you also have dies that match the embossing folder. So I'll show you what I mean by that. On this card that we're making tonight, we're going to just do the embossing. Okay? You can see that. It's gorgeous. But when you emboss in die cut, you can step it up a notch. A few notches. I'm going to make this in my 12 Days of Christmas series, which we're going to talk about here at the end. So stay tuned to find out about that. All right, so it's a hybrid embossing folder, which means you're going to get the embossing folder and the dies all in the same bundle, plus the stamp set. Great deal. $54, okay? The bundled price is retiring. This whole series is not retiring. It will be in the 2022 holiday catalog. Okay, so when you see on my video, okay, for 2022, that means it's not retiring. You'll see it in the 2022 holiday catalog. Hello, Sandy. Good to see you. So let's get started. You definitely want to get this one on your list. So there's the item code for that. And certainly the PDFs will have all the other stuff that you need to make it. Okay, so we're going to start with the Merriest Moments stamp set. And you're going to need, when you get your kit, you're going to need real red ink. I'm going to get one of the stamps. We're going to use these Elegant Gems, and I think that's all I need out of here at the moment. All right, so we are going to start with our little square. Now, one of the dies in the die set, I'll show you, I'll give you a peek of the dies. Oh, they're not in here. Psych. The dies are buried in this box. Lots of wonderfulness, but you've got lots of dies, including this one. There's 2 whole rows of dies. There's some more in there. Lots of goodness. All the die cutting is done for you, so don't worry. But we are going to use our real red ink to stamp a joyful Christmas to you and yours right on this little rectangle. You could stamp directly on the layer, but this just gives it a little bit more flair. And when you're sponging like I did on that other 12 Days of Christmas card, then that makes it special. Thank you, Carol. You reminded me to ask everybody to share. I love it when people share my videos. It helps me tremendously. Plus, we want people to enjoy with us, right? Sharing is caring. Share the video. I would love it if you would do that. Okay, So now what we're going to do is we're going to make this paper fabulous with our embossing folder. Okie dokie. So you're going to get out your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And for this particular folder, it's one of our thick folders. And you're going to just use the folder and your plate. We have a gray plate that's floating around here somewhere. This is my older plate, but it serves the same purpose. You're going to line your paper up with that black line, centered. And then you're going to, by the way, it's better if you put your folders in hinge first. It'll last a lot longer. And we are going to roll this sucker through. And you're going to see some magic on your paper. So just this part of the hybrid embossing folder is fabulous. Just that alone is worth buying. But you can use the dies to cut out this part that we embossed. So that's what that means, hybrid. Don't be scared of something new. Just try it. Everyone was like, oh, I would have never tried that. Just do it. It's not going to break. They're tools, not jewels. All right, now I'm going to stick this down with some glue dots. You could also use tear and tape. But when it's embossed like that, I try not to use a tape runner because that tends to get all mucked up, and that the embossing just softens up that paper, and it's not a good scenario. All right, now we're just going to use our Stampin' Seal Plus or Stampin' Seal to stick that gorgeousness in the center. Thank you, Jackie. Hi, good to see you. All right, we're going to stick our gold ribbon here. The ribbon will come tied in a pretty bow already. You're welcome. And now this is the fun part. We are going to stamp our poinsettia, which, let me pull one out of another package. Whenever I have card class, I just kind of like strew things from here to there. In this particular kit, I must have lost the extra poinsettia. Oh, here it is. Ta-da! It's in the bottom of the barrel. Okay. So for classes, I make it really easy. You can just line this up with your eyeballs at home. But I go ahead and set this up on my emboss machine on the Stamparatus, and this is also a good way for you to stamp multiples of things without having to stamp and die cut. So what you're doing is die cutting and then stamping, so making it easy on yourself. So you're going to stamp, voila, poinsettia. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just prettier than a plain cut one. It's got an extra flair to it. And we're going to pop that up with a dimensional. Like so. And then we're going to come in. I've cut you 4 of these gold paper leaves. And I will show you, hopefully, what this paper looks like. So it comes in either rose gold or gold, and I think basically this is the gold paper here, but it's a package of 4 of each. So great deal, great deal. And that actually, you get the whole pack of paper for free when you put in a $50 order. So you tell me if that's worth it. I think it is. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. All right, so we're going to pop in. I've lost one of my leaves, so you'll have 2. I'm going to have 1, and that's just fine. We're going to pop that in with a glue dot underneath our poinsettia. And then I thought it would be pretty to finish that off with an elegant faceted gem. These are gorgeous. I'm going to use one of the white ones just to see how that plays. Gorgeous. So it just gives it that extra little happiness. And doesn't that real red just pop? This is actually Poppy Parade. I like real red better for this. It's just a classic Christmas. You tell me if you like real red or Poppy Parade better here. I'm just curious. All right, so card number 1, you want to add Merriest Moments to your wish list if you don't already have it. It's the hybrid embossing folder, stamp set, and dies all comes in one bundle. So to me, it's an extra deal because you're getting that embossing folder is kind of free because the fee is not that much. I wonder if that's really true. Yeah, the Merriest Moments bundle is $54. I had to look that up because I'm surprised that it's that good of a deal. Okay, next card. We're going to make this Strong of Heart card now. I love the story of this stamp set. It's the first one you see in the catalog, and it's not Christmas. It is a all occasion stamp, and the reason why it's one of our Make a Difference stamps, which means that it has a purpose. When you purchase it, Stampin' Up! Will donate $3 to Heart Health. Okay, and they don't say specifically what organizations because we're an international company, so each country has a different organization that is donated to. But our CEO, Sarah, who I don't know if she's pictured, her mother is pictured here, but she is fantastic, and she is young, much younger than me, which is young, of course. And her husband was healthy and had a heart attack. So I know that cause was close to her. I'm sure if you're alive on this planet, you know someone that's been affected by heart disease. It's very common. But it's fun when our stamps can actually serve another purpose, which is to help the world. So I encourage you to put that on your list. It is only $20 and a fantastic stamp set. So we are going to make this card. So you will have all the goodies in your packet to make the card. I'm going to start with our white layer. Okay, this is just a basic white layer, and we need our Pool Party. And here's the stamp set. I need Pool Party and Early Espresso inks are what I'm using. And I want to give you some tips on stamping this. So on this background, we are going to stamp we're going to stamp the heart in full strength, okay? And then we're going to stamp it again, stamp it off here, and then stamp it down here. Our sentiment's going to go down here, okay? You've got a good strong heart up here, one down here that's great for where the sentiment's going to go. And then you're going to re-ink it, come in here full strength. Now, if we were to go ahead and ink a stamp again, look what would happen. You've got a weird deal because you went off the page on here. Does that make sense? So every time you come back to re-stamp, you have to re-ink. Does that make sense? So don't like think, okay, now I'm going to go stamp it again because only part of your heart is inked up. So you're either going to full strength it or you're going to partial strength it, but you want to re-ink it each time. Okay, see, does that make sense? If I were to ink it right now, then it would do this, and that's not what we want to do. Okay. All right, so we've got our hearts here, our two tones, and I love that because it looks like we have two different colored inks with just one ink pad. So that's a fantastic way to get more out of our products. We have Through Struggle Comes Strength. Here for you, you amaze me, and stronger than you know. So I'm curious what sentiment y'all want to use. I'm going to hold off and let y'all choose while I show you how to use make the rest of this card. So we're going to layer our white onto our Pool Party base. So the first person that comments what sentiment they want to use, that's the one we're going to use. This erase. All right, so you're going to center this little white strippy onto our Pool Party. And we're going to tie this pale papaya ribbon. Now, I purposefully wanted this card not to look like Valentine's. I think this would make a wonderful Valentine's. But I want to show you how versatile it is and show you how it's just a great all-purpose set for encouragement and happiness. All right, let's get my scissors out here. Trim this off. I'm waiting for someone to tell me what sentiment. You amaze me. Thank you, Carol. You're awesome. You amaze me. All right. So I love that. It's a great sentiment. And I love using early espresso. It's like the black of browns. It's so brown. It's almost black, but it just makes it a little bit warmer than if it were just black. Yes, Ellen, through struggle comes strength is definitely a good choice. You can see that's what I used here. Hi, Ellen. So very, very wonderful sentiment. So many good sentiments in here. All right, now let me see. My heart has drifted. It's over here. Now you can see we have a gold here and a rose gold here. They're both gorgeous. So you may have one or the other or both in your kit. It's a mystery until you get it. Actually, you'll have one or the other because when you do the online class, you get one of each make and take. All right, so we are going to pop that on with dimensionals. I put a dimensional above and below this ribbon just so it doesn't interfere. And then you're going to put that on a thick white base. So anytime I'm using white cardstock for my base, I'm going to definitely use thick white cardstock. For years, I didn't even know we sold thick white cardstock. But I do now know, and it's wonderful. So easy peasy, cute card. You could make multiples of these in no time to uplift your friends. We always need to do that, do we not? All right. And set that over here. $20 for Strong of Heart stamp set. That's not going to break the bank, so go ahead and put that on your list. Now, the next one is called, the sentiment I used is from a stamp set called Holly Jolly Wishes. It is retiring. I'm sad because I love all these sentiments. Christmas Season is the stamp set we're using for all the elements in the cards. It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and it is continuing in the new catalog as well as the paper. So I just want to refresh you. We talked about this already, but I'm so excited. This bundle is continuing. Its friend is continuing. The gold flower leaves are coming back. They're already cut. But this paper is continuing. So don't be afraid to purchase it now and use it all through next year. Okay. Also, this little companion set is also continuing. I love it too. I just did pull this one out because that's the one that I had on my mind, but you could use either one. All right, let's see. We have the red option here, so we're going to make this one. And I hope I have all the pieces. If not, I can always dig them out of another kit. Okay, okay. I've got the kits ready for you. So when you put your order in, they will ship on out and you will have what you need to make things awesome. All right. So we're going to snack this little layer inside. It's real red, so you can't really write on that. And we're going to go ahead and put this little strip of designer paper down. Now this designer paper was hand painted by someone at Stampin' Up. How about that? And then produced into paper. This is probably my favorite design of the whole stack. I don't know why, I'm just mesmerized by this watercolory, circle-y paper. I love it. All right, so you can see what we're going for here. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put this circle down. You want to put it in the upper portion, and you only want to put your adhesive on the left side. It's very important so that you can open and shut your card without it getting gummed up. All right. And then you're going to use this little piece. Now, I'm excited about this piece. It is cut from the Seasonal Labels dies, which are my favorite set of dies in the catalog. And they're continuing all the goodness here. All these sentiment pieces. Also, it cuts out all the little greenery and pine cones and all the stuff that you could need for this stamp set. So to me, it's like 2 sets of dies in one because you can make so many wonderful things. I'll show you like, let me pull out these. So we made these tags with those dies at the retreat, so you can see how cool that is. All right, let us see. We are going to stamp, let's choose, it's the most, well, I did the most wonderful time of the year on the other one. Let's do Be of Good Cheer. Let's do that one here. The good thing is almost all these sentiments fit well in this area. Who has got their Christmas cards done? I would love to know. I've got them somewhat done. I'm not fully done, but yeah. Now, this sentiment filled up my area quite a bit. This one didn't. So, and that happens a lot. So here's a little trick for what you can do when that happens. Don't despair. What I do is I just pick up one of my fronds and I just kind of fill in the area. Okay, so just fill in with some goodness there. And that makes me very happy. Okay, so don't ever worry about if your sentiment's just a teeny bit smaller than it needs to be. You can fill it in. All right, now in your packet you will have a circle, and you are going to do some stamping on there. So you're going to do, your colors you're going to need are Real Red, Soft Seafoam, Early Espresso, Crumb Cake, and Evening Evergreen. So we're pulling in all the goodness here. Let's start with our Real Red. And I have that old ink pad out because when we're having card class, we bump from station to station. So we don't like to share between stations. And so I have my old ink pads out. So we have multiples of each color. That is why we have an old ink pad there. I love our new style of ink pads. We're going to stamp a little soft seafoam frond here. I think there's 2. Nope, just 1. Voila. You can see I used different colors here. It's fine. This is what we're going to do here tonight. That looks like Garden Green and Soft Seafoam, and then Real Red. So if you want to copy me, you can. And then we're going to use the Evergreen with our Evergreen frond. All these elements coming out of this Christmas season stamp set. So get your Evergreen here. And it's going to look funky until we put our pine cone on. Don't worry. It will look awesome here in a second. And we can go ahead and put this down so we won't lose it. In the end, I usually send out about 300 Christmas cards between my customers, my friends, my family. So I've actually already got most of them made because December, right? We can't mess around. December comes on us like a freight train. All right. So we're going to stick that down on this section. And again, make sure that you don't stick that down onto this layer. Coolio. Now, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp our pine cone. So again, same thing. I like to make things easy for my customers. So I've got this set up to where the pine cone is going to stamp. I've got it already lined up and kind of exactly where it needs to be. All right. And this is what you can do when you're making multiples of a card. If you want to make a lot of pine cones without having to stamp, line up, cut, you can do that. Now I just have to find the pine cone. Let's see. I'll pull it out of here. I think that we had a boo-boo last night and I pulled the extra pine cone out. Okay. So what you're doing is you can cut out a bunch of these, okay? the way I set this up is I take my stamp, pretend like there's no hole there, put this through my embossing machine, and then I come back and put it in this corner, and it's right where it needs to be to do the stamping over and over. Okay, hope that makes sense to you, but I love it. I think it's fantastic. Then you just put this, what I call a blank. You put your blank in here, line it up. Now, when you stamp, you're going to use, there's two stamps, one with kind of more detail, one with less detail. You're going to do your dark color on the more detailed one. And it's going to look weird, trust me, but it's going to look good in the end. So you've got your more detailed stamp as the darker color. And then your crumb cake is what you're going to use for this more filled in stamp. And with the Stamparatus, you want to make sure and give it some good pressure. Voila. Isn't it? Oh, I did soft seafoam. Dadgummit. Hold on. Let's get our crumb cake. What's funny, the reason I did that is I'll show you. For whatever reason, my crumb cake has a green tint to the sticker. It doesn't have a green tint to the ink. But I was like, oh, there's the green thing. This is going to end up fine. Don't despair. We're going to, oh, hi, Keena. Thank you. I love it, too. You remember we used this at the retreat for that scrapbook page. Keena is a scrapbooker, and she came to my craft retreat. We have another one in April. I would love it if you would come. Keena's already coming. I'm just saying if you haven't signed up, you should come. Even come all the way from Texas. All right, so we have our crumb cake layer. Looks fabulous. And I'm going to show you the scrapbook page here in a minute. I just want to finish this card before I move on to that. Okay, so we're going to take our dimensionals and pop this sucker up onto our card. So, voila. Cheer. Isn't that wonderful? Okay. And you can tie, this looks pretty in a bow, but I decided just to do a knot just because there's already so much going on this card that I just want it to be subtle, a little wonderfulness. We're going to find our glue dots, which I've tossed back in my box over here. We're going to stick that on underneath that pine cone. Oh, these are some of the backwards ones. Like so. It's just the perfect little accent. And this real red ribbon is continuing in the catalog, so that's exciting. Don't be afraid to purchase it, and you can just use it all year long. Okay, let me close some of these ink pads before I make a mess. So, Painted Christmas is the name. I'm sorry, Christmas Season is the name of that stamp set. I used Holly Jolly Wishes for the sentiments. That number is 156362. I forgot to write that here. Thank you for the hearts. I love it. But gorgeousness. This is what seafoam and crumb cake looks like mixed together. That's what regular crumb cake looks like. Let me show you this scrapbook layout that we made at my retreat using this stamp set. So some of you may be scrapbookers, and I gotta pull this out so you can see the whole thing. And I just want to show you how you don't be afraid to incorporate stamping into your scrapbooking, okay? So we have a lot of empty space in between these pictures, and so we're filling that in with this little stamp, and then I had all this huge space here. So I just built it up using our stamps that come in this stamp set. So the cool thing about that is when you're scrapbooking, you know it's awkward when you have that little section. You're like, what do I do with that? Fill it in with stamping. 3 colors. Boom, boom, boom. Well, 5. Boom, boom. And a little bit of that ribbon. Mix it in. So don't be afraid to use stamps in your scrapbooking, okay? And I'm happy. Just message me and I'll send you the PDF instructions to make that. That was from our retreat, and I would be happy to share that with you. Let's see. I have, oh yes, I wanted to show you about my 12 Days of Christmas projects. So You want to start tuning in tomorrow at noon. I know some of you have jobs in the day. If you have a lunch break, I hope it's at noon. If you don't, you can catch the replay every day. It will be in this Facebook group, but I will also upload it to YouTube. So we're going to be making a project every day at noon. We're going to make a cute little card or gift card holder, whatever you want it to be. A gorgeous card, same paper I just showed you. A double Ghirardelli holder. A gorgeous card, which you've already seen. Some tags using the baubles dies. A card using the baubles dies. And then a card using the Knit Together bundle. And 5 more projects. So you need to definitely make a note to yourself to tune in to that 12 Days of Christmas series. You're going to love it. And the only way you can get the PDFs from it is to be on my email list. So those are going to all go out on email. So you don't want to miss that. Go ahead and subscribe to my email list if you haven't already. Remember, for the card class, which you just watched, if you order $35 or more, you're going to get the make and takes for all 3 cards. Okay, die cutting done for you, ribbons tied. When you order $50 or more, you're going to get a pack of the rose gold and gold paper. Fantastic. 8 sheets of 6x6. And when you order $100 or more, you're going to get double the make and takes. So that's exciting. And keep in mind, all the products that we used are on the PDFs that you'll get on email, so you can order what you need for that. Does anyone have any questions? I'm just going to hang on here for a second while I'm asking. Just want to go over my schedule of events that are coming up. These are live and online. So this weekend, we're having our Technique Club. We love our Technique Club. And people love it because they can come live. They can come online, and they can watch on Zoom or watch the replay. So there's lots and lots of ways to participate in the Technique Club every month. And just as I said, we learn new techniques. This month we're doing some blending, but we're also going to learn how to make this fantastic easel pop-up card. Okay, so whether you can come on Friday at 10 or Saturday at 7, it doesn't matter, because you can also follow along the PDFs and video afterwards. So we have lots of people that do that also. We have another card class, like I said, on the 14th and the 15th. Live is 14th, online is the 15th. We have bingo coming at the end of, at the 1st of January. And that will be a $39 fee. You will have prizes and make and takes with some new products involved. And then the January Technique Club. It's always the first weekend of the month, so January 7th and 8th. And then keep in mind, I'm on Facebook Live every Wednesday at 8. And then for the next, almost all of the next 12 days, I'll be on the 12 Days of Christmas at noon, except for on Friday, because I have Technique Club, I'll be on at 1:30. So the other dates are at noon. And I'm going to post this. Don't feel like you need to write that down. Okay, friends, I hope you've enjoyed this card class. It was fantastic to see you, and share it with your friends. I will also do a drawing of a prize for a half a pack of this rose gold paper for people that like and share this video. So I hope that you'll do that, and we'll do that drawing next week on Facebook Live. Okay, bye. Thanks, Carol.